Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do some math problems. We're going to do 7 math problems. And I'm going to give you time to do them yourself, all right?
Okay.
The first one, Demarian, are you there? He might have gone to get some pencil and paper. Briley, can you read that?
No, I can't see it.
How about now?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm going to read it, okay?
Okay.
It says, Tisha is organizing her 64 CDs into boxes. Each box holds 8 CDs. How many boxes does Tisha need? Demarian, can you read that?
No, I can't see.
Okay, look again, see if you can see it.
No.
Try to make it to where the only person you see for a second is just Miss Hickson. I try to change your screen to where it shows just me.
It does.
Oh, okay, but you still can't read it, can you?
Not a blurry.
It's blurry. Okay, I'm going to read it again, all right? It says, Tisha is organizing her 64 CDs into boxes. Each box holds 8 CDs. How many boxes does Tisha need? And if we use our story problem strategies, the first thing we do is underline the question sentence. And the question is, how many boxes does Tisha need? Circle the key numbers. The key numbers are 64 and 8. Then put a box around the clue words. The clue words are each. There's only one clue word. It's each. So first thing you have to decide is what operation you're going to use for this story problem. Is it going to be multiplication? Is it going to be division? Is it going to be addition? Or is it going to be subtraction? And you can visualize it that she has 64 CDs in all, and she has boxes, and each box holds 8 CDs, but she doesn't know how many boxes she needs. So that's when you have to try to decide in your mind if you're going to multiply, divide, subtract, or add. Do some work on your paper, and then I'll see what you come up with. Riley, are you finished?
No.
Okay, still working on it. Demarian, are you finished?
No.
Okay, keep working on it, guys. You can draw a picture. You can make an equation.
What was the question?
Demarian, let me know when you're finished, okay?
Okay. What's the question?
It is Tisha is organizing her 64 CDs into boxes. Each box holds 8 CDs. And then the answers are A, 8 boxes, B, 6 boxes, C, 4 boxes, or D, 2 boxes. Those are the answer choices.
So we do have a seasonal. Seasonal is where we would go out and county services all summer months.
Demarian, what did you come up with?
Yes, for canvas.
How many boxes do you think Tisha needs? 8. That's right, Demarian. 8 boxes. Now I'm going to show you guys 3 different ways to come up with that solution, okay? This is the 3 different ways I wrote them down. And I'll show you on my board how I did it. The first one was that I drew squares. I drew the boxes and I put CDs in them until I reached all the way up to 64. So I was like, okay, here's one box. And I put 8 CDs in it. So how many CDs do I have in all? 8. Then I made another box and I put 8 more CDs in it. And if I counted all the dots, I had 16 CDs. That's still not enough. Then I made another box and I put 8 more. That's 24 CDs if you count all these dots. And I kept doing it. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I opened my door, my private door.
I do all the dots in each of these boxes until I counted up to 64. That's a long way to do it, but it's a really good way to do it. You see the boxes that I drew. And then you can see it right here too. I just did one at a time and put 8 until I counted 64 dots. But another way to do it that's Michelle trying to get in. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. We're still working on number 1. Do you have pencil and paper?
Okay.
The other way to do it is to make an input-output chart. That way you don't have to draw all the boxes.
No, I don't.
We're on number 1, and you can catch up when we start on number 2. Okay, Michelle? Okay. So for 1 box, you have 8 CDs. And for 2 boxes, you have 16. And for 3, you have 24. The rule for this input-output chart is to multiply times 8, times 8. So 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 8 is 24. And I just kept on doing it until I got to 8 times 8 and I got 64. And I was like, okay, 64, that's the right answer. And so I knew the answer was 8. Also, another third way to do the question, since you know it's division, is you could have just made a division equation. 64 divided by 8. 8 times 8 is 64. So 64 divided by 8 is 8. That's 3 ways to get the answer for number 1. Good job, you guys.
You're not being like, you aren't expected to have it.
Okay, the second question. Are you guys ready? This is it. Damari, can I get you to read that for me?
It may stay on for 2 days, but the seasonal will get hard.
Can you read it? Shannon, Gabe.
Let me see.
Can you hear it? Can you see it?
No.
Okay, I'll read it out loud. Michelle, can you see the question? Can you read it?
Yeah.
Okay, can you read that for us, please?
Shannon gave 35 blueberry muffins to 7 friends. How many muffins did each friend get?
And then your choices down there are A, 4 muffins, B, 5 muffins, C, 6 muffins, or D, 7 muffins. So I'm going to read the question again. I'm going to give you guys some time to think and work it out on your paper. And it says, mental math. Shannon gave 35 blueberry muffins to 7 friends. How many muffins did each friend get? So take your time and think about if it is 4 muffins, 5 muffins, 6 muffins, or 7 muffins.
4.
No. Try again.
Okay, see.
I'm going to read it again, okay, Damarian? It says, Shannon gave 35 blueberry muffins to 7 friends. How many muffins did each friend get? And using our strategies, the question sentence is, how many muffins did each friend get? The important numbers are 35 and 7. And the key word is each. So you have 35 muffins. Are you multiplying it, dividing it, subtracting it, or adding it? Brian, what are they doing to those muffins? Are they multiplying them, subtracting them, adding them?
Is it 5?
Or, huh?
Is it 5?
Yeah. Good job. Riley, we are dividing those muffins. When it's telling you that it has a whole big amount and it's dividing it amongst people or boxes, then you're dividing. So you're trying to work out 35 divided by 7. And your answers are A, 4, B, 5, C, 6, or D, 7.
7.
Was it Michaela that said 5 or
I said
Damarian?
No, D.
Was it Damarian?
Yes.
Yes, the answer is 5. 35 divided by 7. I'm going to show you my work in just a second, okay? And I'm going to show you how I came up with that. Once again, I did 3 different ways to do the problem. I made an input-output chart. I made dots. And I made an equation. And I got the same answer every single time. So you can do it whichever way you want to do it. The one I wanted to show you was the one where I drew a picture. Because what you want to do is make the 7 friends. Have you ever had a whole bunch of candy and you wanted to give it out to your friends or your siblings? And how did you give it out to them? You gave them one at a time, didn't you? And then you gave them one at a time again so everyone would have the same amount, right? That's how you made it even. So if you have 35 muffins and you have 7 friends, draw circles for all 7 of those friends. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are your 7 friends. And you have 35 muffins. So you give 1 to each person. And that's 7 muffins you've given away. Then you give 2 to each person. Now each friend has 2 muffins. And if you count all those dots, it's 14. So you still have more muffins to give out. So then you give 3 to each friend. And if you count all those dots, you come up with 21. 21 muffins you've given out. That's still not enough. So you give another muffin to each friend. And if you count all those dots, it's 28 muffins you've given out. Still not enough. You have 35 muffins. So you give another muffin to each friend. And if you count all those dots, that's 35 muffins that you've given out. So you need to stop giving out muffins, and you need to count how many muffins you gave to each person. If you count those dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For each of those 7 friends, you gave them each 5 muffins. So that's how you do 35 divided by 7 if you're wanting to do it with a diagram. But like I said, you can also do an input-output chart. You could say 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 3 times 7 is 21. 4 times 7 is 28. 5 times 7 is 35. Ding, 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 ding. 5. So you knew that 5 is the answer. Or you could just write the equation. And you could have done 35 divided by 7 is what? Well, what times 7 equals 35? 5 times 7 equals 35. So that is 3 different great ways to do that problem. All 3 of those ways that you did that problem, you would have got the right answer, and it would have been correct. So let's look at number 3. Riley, can you read that one?
I can't see it.
Okay, can you see it now?
No, it's blurry.
It's blurry? Okay. Damari, can you read that?
No.
And Michelle, are you still there?
She left.
She left. She'll probably be right back. In which number sentence does 6 make the equation true? In which number sentence does 6 make the equation true? So A says 24 divided by 8 equals blank. B says 48 divided by 8 equals blank. C says 63 divided by 9 equals blank. And D says 18 divided by 9 equals blank. So on one of those, if you plug in the answer 6, it's correct. Once you think you know if it's A, B, C, or D, give me a thumbs up, okay? And then I'll let you answer, see who can get the right one first. Which one is 6? The answer. A, 24 divided by 8 equals 6. B, 48 divided by 8 equals 6. C, 63 divided by 9 equals 6. Or D, 81 divided by 9 equals 6. Damarian, what do you think the answer is?
B.
That's correct. I'm going to show you guys on this. A, 64 divided by 8, or 24 divided by 8 is 3, not 6. B, 48 divided by 8 is 6. So that was the correct answer. But let's look at the other ones. 63 divided by 9, that's 7. And 81 divided by 9, that's 9. And division is multiplication backwards. So we know that 3 times 8 is 24. We know that 6 times 8 is 48. That's where we found that 6. We know that 7 times 9 is 63. And we know that 9 times 9 is 81. So you should have gotten, ding, 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 B. B. That's the one where the 6 comes into play. If you got that, you got the right answer. Okay, let's look at number 4. We have 7 problems to do. And this video is for, I'm going to post it to YouTube. So it's for the other kids who couldn't come, for them to watch too. Riley, can you read that? Larry reads. Can you see that?
No, it's blurry.
It's still blurry. Martin, can you read that? Can you see it? If I read it, I'll read it twice, okay? Can you see
Okay, hold
it?
on. Larry, same number of pages. I can't see it. I'm gonna see.
Okay, I'll read it, all right? Larry reads the same number of pages each night. Okay, a keyword is the same number, so we know that's kind of a keyword, a clue. After 7 nights, he has read a total of 140 pages. How many pages did Larry read each night? So after 7 nights passed, his total was 140 pages that he read altogether. And he read the same amount each night. So each is a keyword too. So our important numbers are 140 pages and 7 nights. And we want to know how many he read each night. So go ahead and write 140 down and 7 down, so you know what your key numbers are. And make your choice as to whether you think it's multiplication, division, subtraction, or addition.
See the paper, Miss Dixon?
It's 140 pages altogether, and it's 7 nights. And we want to know how many pages he read each night. What do you think it is? Multiplication, division, subtraction, or addition?
Division.
It is division, because we're dividing up those pages. There's 140 pages altogether, and you want to see how many he read each night. So you have to divide it up by those 7 nights. So once you figure out what the operation is, that is division, then you have to solve the problem. So I'll give you guys some time to solve 140 divided by 7. Give me a thumbs up once you have the answer. This one is a blank, it's not multiple choice. So you just have to put 7 into 140. Did you guys have a good weekend? I saw you at parade, Briley. I saw Demarian, Briley, and David. Okay, give me thumbs up when you have 140 divided by 7. Here's a hint. Think about it this way. It's 140 divided by 7, but what if you shortened it and said, what's 14 divided by 7? What times 7 equals 14? What times 7 equals 14? Think. Looks familiar. 7 times something equals 14. Who wants to try with me? Raise your hand.
Ooh.
It's 2.
It is 2. That's right, Demarian. So if you put 7 into 140, and you know that it's 2, and so if you do divide, multiply, subtract, break down, do 7 times 2 equals 14, and then you subtract, you get 0, and you see how many times will 7 go into 0? 0 times. So the answer is 20. 20 pages. How do you think you can check that number? If you drew a picture and you drew 20 pages that he read, and you added 20 for those 7 nights that he read, 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 10, 20, you would add up to 140. If he read all 20 pages every night, he would get to 140. The first night he would have read 20 pages. The second night, 40. The third night, 60. The fourth night, 80. All the way up to 140. Okay, let's go on to the next question. This one, number 5. There it is right there. It says, Devin bought 2 packs of yogurt. Each pack has 6 cups of yogurt. How many cups of yogurt did Devin buy?
12.
That's right. Devin bought 2 packs. You can visualize that. A pack is a bunch of things. So each of those 2 packs had 6 in them. And you can kind of visualize in your mind, one pack was 6 and another pack was 6. And so that was multiplication. It was multiplication because there was a key word that said each, and sometimes when it says each, it means divide, and sometimes it means to multiply. And so we have to visualize it to understand if it's to divide or multiply. And sometimes it helps to draw a picture to visualize it. You could have drawn 2 circles and put 6 in each one, and then counted it up, and it would have equaled up to 12. It really helps to visualize. So here's where I drew the 2 packs, and I put 6 dots in each one, and I counted all those dots, and it was 12. And then my equation was 6 times 2 equals 12. Good job. Now we're going to do one, number 6, that is practicing your fact families. And it's good to know your fact families because that's how you can do division easily in your head, because we know that in a fact family, it's the same numbers, the same 3 numbers in every equation, and it's your 2 division and your 2 multiplication. So the question is, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, complete the fact family below. And it says, blank divided by 4 equals 5. Blank divided by 5 equals 4. And then this is the same fact family. 4 times something equals something, and 5 times something equals something. So see if you can come up with the 4 equations for that fact family. Blank divided by 4 equals 5. Blank divided by 5 equals 4. The way you do a division problem is to do multiplication backwards. So if you know that it's a blank, you know that it is 5 times 4 equals something. And 4 times 5 equals something. And then that big number, you take it and you plug it into those equations too. So does anyone think they know what the third number is in this mystery?
Yeah.
You think you might know what the third number is? 4, 5, and what else for this fact family? What is 5 times 4?
It's 20.
That's 20, that's right. So if you're making the fact family, since you know that 4 times 5 is 20, you're doing 20 divided by 4 equals 5, 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 4 times 5 is 20, and 5 times 4 is 20. Good job. Did you see it? Can you see it, Demarian? You see that whole fact family?
Right now.
In a fact family, there's always 3 numbers, and you arrange them into 4 different equations. Your multiplication and your division. Got it?
Yes, hold on, Miss Hickson. Hold on.
Yes, Demarian, okay. Fact families is really good practice for your multiplication and division facts.
Yeah, Miss.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Okay, this is the last question. I'm going to read it to you, okay? It says, mental math. Kendra's family plans a trip that is 480 miles long. If they drive the same number of miles each day for 6 days, how many miles will they drive each day? This one is just like the question where it had the book had a whole bunch of pages and you wanted to see how many pages they read each day. This is the same kind of thing. They drove a long way, 480 miles, and it took them 6 days. And so you want to find out how many they drove each day. So your important numbers are 480, write down 480. And your other important number is 6.
Is it 8, Miss Hickson?
Close. Very, very close. You're on the right track. If they drove 8 miles each day for 6 days, they would have driven 48 miles because 8 plus 8 times 6 is 48, or if you added 8 6 times, it's 48. But it's not 48, it's 480. So how many miles do you think they drove? Very close. I'm going to show you. Look. When you did 6 into 480 and the operation was division and the keyword was each, and we were dividing 480 into 6 days, and so our equation looks like 480 divided by 6. Demarian, you had done 6 into 48 is 8. You had multiplied it out to 48 and you forgot to bring down the 0. So after you subtract, you need to bring down that 0 and divide again and put the 0 up there because 6 will go into 0 times, and then multiply to 0 and then subtract 0. It's a remainder of 0. And if you added 80 6 times, you would get 480. Or if you multiplied 80 times 6, you'd get 480. You can draw that one out too. It's always a good idea sometimes to make a picture to help you understand if you got the right answer or not. Well, you know what? You guys both did very, very good. And I'm going to post this video to YouTube, okay?
Okay.
We'll see you later, okay? Good job.
Bye.
I miss you guys.
Bye.